Hi. As a woman living this day and age, I can say without hesitation that the brave women of the past who fought for equality have had an enormous impact on me. I owe a huge debt of gratitude to all of these women for standing up to adversity and being strong. And I also owe that debt of gratitude on behalf of my children, guaranteeing that their future will also be one of equality. Throughout much of history, women were powerless against the choices that were made for them by others. But thanks to those willing to bravely stand, the modern world reaps the benefits of their resilience and their dedication to their cause. And that was a campaign that came at a huge cost to many. Much of ancient history embraced and honored many strong women. They were described as well-respected and very powerful. The first poet known was a woman. Some of the fiercest warriors in battles were women. And many may not know that it was a woman who discovered how to measure the distance between the Earth and faraway galaxies. Unfortunately for her, though, there was little recognition, because at the time and throughout much of history, society generally viewed women's rights as less valued. It'd be hundreds of years before sparks ignited an enormous movement. Things did not fundamentally begin to change for the better until the 20th century, when the strict controls and the diminished civil liberties of women were challenged by courageous game changers. Those women who were the catalyst for the radical movement to ensure equal rights for women and for everyone were unyielding in their attitude and their faith. They sacrificed much: their time, their money, their blood, and sometimes their livelihoods, all for the betterment of their families. I believe a part of that advancement includes, for men, the chance for them to recognize and expect only the same equal rights for their mothers, their wives, their sisters, and their daughters. As for their sons, it also gave them the opportunity to embrace fatherhood in a much more fulfilling way. Not only as sons, but as future fathers themselves. I recognize some of the same characteristics of these women of change in my own past when I think of my grandmothers. Both were very strong-willed, and both were tireless in their efforts to balance family and work. My maternal grandmother, I remember, she learned to drive a car for the first time and took ballroom dancing and started to compete in ballroom dancing. Well, she was in her 60s when she did both of those things. My paternal grandmother, also in her 60s, took up bricklaying because she thought it was interesting. I personally think it's about choices. The fact that these women had the choices, even in late age, to do new things in their life, things they had never thought they could do before. That's what makes the fight worth fighting. They inspired me to try new things, even if it wasn't typically a woman's role. Today, I can't even imagine what it would be to know I cannot vote for my leaders in my community, to know that I can't get the education that I deserve, or to know that I can't apply for a job that I want, all because of who I am. As a woman, it's always been a challenge to try to balance work with family. But I think having that freedom to choose what's right for me, what's best for me and my family, is what I appreciate the most. I find it a little ironic that the year that my first child was born was also the year that the Family Medical Leave Act became law. That law was an indirect result of all of the incredible women throughout history who stood up for what was right. In reflecting on the overall achievements of these movers and shakers, I'm encouraged by the strength of all women. They inspire me to maintain only healthy and respectful, meaningful relationships in my life, to reach high for my own personal goals, and to continue to face challenges with the right attitude and doctrine. They also reinforce the human rights of all humans everywhere. I hope we find a way to prevent the words equal rights from becoming cliched, altered, or misunderstood. I hope those words represent, and will always represent, the truest sacrifices that were made. I hope that they evolve into an innate practice and mindset of all humankind.